Hello, hello, Capricorns. Thank you so much for sharing your great energy with me today and coming to look at your video and, coming to get some of my good vibes. Really appreciate your thumbs up, your subscribes, and your comments. Whoa, you got a jumper. Let's take it. Let's jump right in. Okay, Capricorns, it looks like you have come to conclusions in some circumstance or situation in your life to let bygones be bygones, to agree to disagree, to come to terms with something you just don't understand, and now you are ready to move forward with what knowledge you do have. We see you have taken time to be introspective about this situation and decided that it's no longer worth your energy. So we see that Capricorns have decided to move forward from a situation that could have been a bit confusing or challenging for them in the recent past. Beautiful. Again, you said you were moving on for new energies, and it looks like many of you Capricorns have decided to start an entirely new journey right now. We see the Fool card coming out and you being very willing to use kind of like this, it's almost like Uranus air energy to create a new start and being very sure and confident of this new start that you are moving into and just wanting the best and being sure of it, being confident in the fact that you have the universe's good graces and you have a support system with you that's going to help you on this new journey and this new start. Being a little apprehensive, but being willing to take the leap and take this new start, even though you don't know where it may lead you, you're willing to make the change to fulfill your soul growth and what's going to make you happy in your life. So we see this being a very deliberate, conscious thought that you have come to a conscious conclusion, Capricorns, to end a cycle of confusion, to end a cycle of a bit of combative energy and just not being sure, and to start over and feeling that your new start is going to be more successful and more abundant and prosperous than this past energy you're moving away from. Feeling very confident in these choices and feeling very supported by the universe, like you have lots of angelic support around you during these times, and that you're going to move away from this confusion and move forward confidently into your new steps. We see this being really great energy, really great energy. And you just being very conscious of this decision and feeling very connected right now spiritually to your decisions and choices that you're making in your life for my Capricorns out there. And we see, heightened intuition as well. And spiritual support, you have your guides, your angels, and everybody helping you during this time. The Ace of Swords just came out. Again, you're feeling super intuitive. You're ready for these new starts. You're going to be very deliberate in these next actions and very logical about the next steps that you are making. Of course, you are a Capricorn. You're often very grounded, but Capricorns are super smart as well and very savvy and good with business often. And it looks like you're going to be putting all that intelligence and that higher wisdom to good use. You're going to be telling some people about themselves during this time, potentially, just telling them some truths that they need to hear, of course, in a tactful kind of a way, because you're not this rude, abrasive person, but you will be letting people know some truths. You might be making some changes in your life, cutting some people out who haven't been supportive of you and letting them know you haven't been supportive, so you got to go. But you're going to be making some changes, and we see some strong truths coming in. So it's very likely that you are on the side doling out this truth and standing up for yourself after some conflict and some things have not been going your way. But if you are in the high aspect and you are on the divine right side of the scenario, you are always going to be supported. You petition the gods that you believe in. You petition the God, the universe, the goddesses that you believe in, and they will support you. They will hear your prayers, and it looks like they've answered your prayers and given you you have angelic support there with you. You're going to have wisdom and clarity coming in about situations. You're going to be able to move forward a lot more confidently and a lot more in touch with your intuition during this period. For my Capricorns out there that are vibing with me, it looks like you're very deliberate in these decisions. You've been feeling oppressed by people around you and circumstances around you. This is also some of you Capricorns finding that justice is being handed out for wrongs that were committed against you. And if you yourself, Capricorn, have committed some crimes and things, it looks like these things are going to catch up with you very soon. But we see this feeling of oppression for those of you who are in higher aspected vibrations right now being removed for you. We see people, we're sending you negative energy, Capricorns doing negative things, and you're doing a lot of cutting those people off, returning that negative energy to sender, and you're going to remove and release yourself from this feeling of oppression of these people that have oppressed you, these ideals, these conditionings, these social conditionings and social standards that aren't really the reality of how the universe works. It's just what you were taught and told. And you're going to be moving yourself out of those energies and feeling oppressed and like you have to do certain things because society said so. You're going to start taking your directions from your higher self, from above, from your intuition, from your guides and your angels and the universal beings that are actually here to support you in these decisions. And the people that are actually sent into your life, you're going to understand the difference in between the people that are coming in a high vibration to help, and you're going to understand the difference in between the people who are presenting themselves in a false way, who may at first seem like they're there to help, and they're really just there to drag you down or drag you down to their level. Your guides and your angels that we see here walking with you, and this new insight we see you gaining during this time, this new connection to your higher self is going to help you a whole lot to be able to determine these things and walk more confidently and be more determined with your choices and be more sure of your choices. And that's going to help them manifest even better for you. For my Capricorns out there, we see you choosing. Again, this is you. This isn't the universe coming in for many of you guys and creating a tower moment. This is you creating a tower moment. You've done a lot of introspective and reflection on yourself, your life, the circumstances and situations you've been involved in, the people that have been in your life, the people that you are evaluating now that you have to cut out your life, the circumstances and situations that you found yourself in. Everybody's not an upstanding citizen, and some people have a criminal aspect energy here, and it may not be yours. It could be a spouse, a brother, a cousin, anybody, but you're going to be doing some separating from these low vibrational toxic energies and moving yourself into a higher aspect, new part of your journey with truth, walking in truth, honesty, and light, and carrying those things forward and not carrying the baggage or carrying on with these frenemies and these false friends and these bad employers and things of that nature. You're going to be having a lot more confidence to make these decisions and be more sure of yourself while you're doing it too, Capricorn. You're going to feel a lot more logical and in tune with your higher self. And again, that's not to say that you're being very deliberate, really. It's not to say that you're just going to rush forward blindly and just start cutting people off, but you're being very deliberate. You've given this great thought. You've given this great introspective. You're ready for this new business. You're ready for this new job. You're ready for this new adventure. And you know that you don't have to bring anybody down to lift yourself up. So you're in very honorable energy right now, and you're disassociating yourself from people who tear others down to make themselves feel good, who spread malicious gossip and words and do hateful things and commit crimes and stuff. You're just making a change, and you're making a choice to turn your life around and remove those type of people from your life, whether you love them or not. You can love them from a distance, and you're making very, very meticulous plans to make sure that your future is secured, your family, your legacy is secured, and these things are going to pay off for you. So you're starting this new chapter off being very deliberate, very meticulous, very sure of what you want. You're still spreading joy and love. You're being very passionate and grounded as you always are, but you're really evaluating these circumstances and wanting to make a change. So we see the Seven of Springs here. It's you being assertive. You're not going to stand down. You know now. Once this inspiration and this clarity comes in with this Fool and with this Ace, and you've decided already that you're going to create a tower yourself and that you're going to rock with this tower energy, now you're moving forward and you darn near can't be stopped. Don't look back now, because whoever has come up against you, whoever's tried to attack you, whoever's come at you maliciously, justice is coming for them. And be sure, again, to keep yourself away from people who do not follow the letter of the law, whether that's man's law or universal law. You're going to want to separate yourself from these energies, because you don't want their vibrations dragging down your vibrations or being attached to your energy at all, because you have some really great things coming in after you've done some meticulous, serious soul searching and some growth, been working on things that bring you peace, Capricorn, really coming to conclusions and really firm in your decisions now and feeling very confident. Some of you have had psychic dreams and inspirations and revelations as of late as well. Thumbs up for you reaching your higher self and really connecting with your higher beings that can really help and guide you move forward and make these positive changes that you want so bad. So again, we see you being very meticulous and being very much in your own energy, doing a lot of research before you move forward, on spiritual things, emotional things, how to heal yourself. What are the best steps to move forward in different business aspects with schools, different hobbies and projects that you might want to move forward with, but knowing that there's a better way than the route that you had been taking, or even the route that you have been forced upon as of late. For my Capricorns out there, we see you doing a lot of research to make some serious change, to create some new projects, to move some projects forward lucratively in your life. We see a lot of Capricorn starting side businesses during this time, researching those things, how to get a business off the ground, how to get a YouTube, a TikTok channel to be successful, and things of that nature. We see you learning new things, starting new hobbies, and getting ready to dig in for a long haul. You are really ready for this next cycle to begin. You're very excited about it. A lot of you have very anxious, excited energy, like you just want to do it now. And you're going to start to see, if you haven't already, the energy change and shift and be more fluid for you so that you can start making these changes you're really excited about, Capricorn, and move forward with this new inspiration and this new wisdom that you've been gifted after your soul growth and this new level of ascension you found yourself in. Whoa, that is way too many cards. You almost had half the deck flip out for you, for you, Capricorn. Again, that's a lot of that excited energy, you being very ready to go and just let go of some of these emotional things that have been triggers and holding you back and just move forward. So let's see if you need to work on any chakras, or if there are any underlying energies you need to heal during this time, or just anything you need to know that's going to help move you forward during this time period for my Capricorns out there. Let's see. Material and financial changes. So, yeah, many of you have been going through a stressful period and you've decided to make these changes in your life because you're like, well, my friends are dragging me down. They're frenemies. They don't support me in work. They don't help me try to find work. They don't write letters of recommendations. They're not supportive with me at all. My job is underpaying me for all the work that I do. I could have a side business and I could work half the time and make just as much as I'm making now. So imagine if I was doing that full time. A lot of you guys are going to be making changes in your financial situations after feeling lack and loss for far too long. You're making changes to bring in abundance and long-term stability and legacy wealth. You feel like you've been drained by people sometimes. And again, a lot of that is just that frenemies, having bad energy and low level energy around you. Some of you got caught up in some things that weren't legal, and that's going to cost you financially, and you're working on that karma, or have been working on that karma to pay your restitution or to repay society or the universe and whatever, and it's going to work for you. You know, for those of you who have really acknowledged those things and you've worked on making the changes, again, we see all these new windows, these new paths opening up for you. We see movement, choices, and decisions. This is a free will movement. This is a free will tower that you created to make serious changes. You've induced these changes in your life by deciding that it's time for you to grow. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to experience more, have more, be able to do more with your life. You want to move away from people that don't make you feel good, from situations that don't uplift you. And it looks like you're going to be doing these things and they're going to be very prosperous. We see a lot of you Capricorns moving away from these heavy, toxic energies and these corded energies that have kept you in some toxic situations, and moving towards some abundance. We see you moving towards more peace of mind, fertility in your life. Some of you towards relationships and also financial gain after you've decided to make these changes and been really firm and standing in your convictions to cut out the negative energy, cut off the negative people, make changes yourself if you were doing things that you're not necessarily the most proud of, but you had to do what you had to do to survive. And we see things moving quickly now that you've come to these decisions, that this new cycle, these new cycles, you have at least 3 new cycle cards here. The life experience, the full, and what did we have? Life experience, the full, and then also when we see that Ace of Swords, we know something new, something big is coming in. It usually has something to do with spiritual intuition. So that's almost like a new cycle. It's a one. It's a new start. So we see a new cycle and things spiritual. And again, in this card, we see you have petitioned the Lord. You have asked for forgiveness if you needed forgiveness. You have asked your ancestors and guides for clarity and help. And for those of you who are in a high vibration and finding yourself moving into a high vibration, and your petitions have been heard, your prayers have been heard, and you see that universal support you have around you, that godly support you have around you here in the Fool card, and it looks like the universe is about to speed some things up. Um, Speed you away from some negative circumstances and bring some positive new cycles in. And the great thing about it is you exercise your free will to create a tower moment, to end some situations that were heavy on you, that weren't benefiting you, that weren't feeling good to you. And the universe says, well done. Now we're going to move you forward quickly. You've done the right thing. You've been integral. You operate with morals and dignity, not by man's law, but by universal law. And you're going to be blessed for being strong and being a survivor and always taking the high road. And we see this energy continuing for many of you Capricorns cleared through August if you're able to jump on this energy and take advantage of it. But I see many of you have already started this cycle. You've already started closing out doors, getting rid of people around you that shouldn't be there, energies around you that shouldn't be there, returning negativity to sender. You're protecting yourself. You're doing your spiritual work, and you're going to see a quick spiritual ascension, a rapid increase in your spiritual growth, and it's going to move very quickly for you guys. So just be aware of negative energies and people that might want to pull you back as you get closer and closer to gain. And don't be afraid by obstacles and challenges along the way, because these things grow us. And no, every aspect of anyone's life isn't smooth sailing, but don't allow these obstacles that you've experienced previously to hold you back from moving forward now. Learn from them. Learn from them. You're going to move forward quickly, and you're going to need to take all of these experiences from the past that were challenges and obstacles. You're going to need to take the lessons from these things, but not the baggage from the experience, just the lesson from the experience as you move forward very quickly into this new beginning. Learning from you from any ups and downs, learning from what we perceive to be a mistake or a bad situation, and just learning to be more confident in yourself and your decisions, because you're going to be more intuitive and more feeling more in touch with your higher self, your guides, your gods, and the things that you believe in. We see you spending a lot of time at work. For many of you Capricorns right now, you're going to be highly focused on getting a business off the ground, a side business, finding a side job, something to increase your income. We see you getting recognized for your hard work that you've put into just life in general, not just at your workplace or your place of employer. So for some of you guys, you might see more work coming in at your workplace right now, but it's because you're in line for potentially a promotion and they want to see if you can handle it. So be aware of that. You have the skills and the abundance to be able to do that. For some of you guys, you'll see changes in your occupation. You'll see your business start to thrive. You might get an offer very quickly of a more challenging, more higher paying position coming in. That's going to bring you great fortune. What more could you want? This is a beautiful, beautiful reading for you Capricorns. You've done a lot of spiritual growth. You've learned a lot about yourself and about the people around you. You've connected. You've been doing a lot of spiritual work, and it's going to pay off. You're sending your petitions and prayers to the universe have been answered, and a lot of you have put some good energy out there, and a lot of you guys also, again, I just want to mention that energy we saw earlier. You're going to be on the side of justice, and for those of you who may be committing a crime, you might find yourself getting caught for doing so and having to pay karmic justice or justice to man, you know, for those things. But more likely than not, that energy is for somebody else's transgressions against you. So it looks like you're going to be, again, in line for a promotion or raise and being recognized. So continue to keep working. If you get a little extra workload during this period at work, it's going to pay off for you. The universe is saying this is an abundant period. You've worked very hard, and these things are going to pay off for you financially. You're going to see um, an increase in your wealth, in your fortune. And when we see the Great Fortune card, often it's not just money, it's just things that you might find to be fortunate for you. So if you feel that, having a new pet would be fortunate for you and bring you great love and abundance, then that might be how it presents itself. It's all about the interpretation, and I would have to give an individual read to kind of know where it's going to fall in your own personal life. But we do see great things happening because of your successful ending of cycles, you choosing to end negative cycles in a healthy manner and move forward, you choosing to cut negative people, negative things, frenemies, criminals, things like that out of your life. Um, and just make peace with the fact and let bygones be bygones and say, I can love you from a distance, but I can't have you in my life. I need to bring in the abundance. I need to anchor in my own prosperity and the things that are meant for me. And so I see a lot of you all Capricorns taking your power back, getting a deeper connection to yourself. And this wealth that's going to come in is going to help you with that self-care and create a firmer foundation moving forward for the things that you do want out of life to be more successful. So let's move on to the romance angels and see what's happening for you Capricorns right now with the romance angels cards. See if there's any love coming in or anything you need to know about your current relationship or just anything love related. Love yourself first. Again, Capricorn, this is about you reconnecting to yourself and realizing you have to love yourself first before you can welcome in more of these positive, high vibing energies, working on your self growth, your self awareness, your spiritual growth, working on your actual job to be better at your job. All these things raise our vibration and our frequencies and allow us to attract in the things that we deserve. So if we are working from a place of insecurity or feeling lack, it's really hard to manifest these things that we actually deserve. So it's really awesome to see you have done so much soul growth and you've been working so hard on loving yourself and starting these new cycles. And we see these things paying off for you in the universe, denoting that they see that you're doing that. And the fact that you're expressing self-respect and dignity for yourself and respect for others, that's going to be very beneficial for you. Wow. Love yourself first and then you deserve love. Come on now. Capricorns, you got to know it. You sometimes find yourself in relationships, or even if it's not a romantic relationship, but a job, whatever it is, sometimes you overgive and your cups are never filled. So the universe is saying you deserve to have your cups filled just as much as you fill everybody else's. Pour that security, that love, that devotion into yourself, and the love will follow. The commitment, the relationship, the new situation will follow. But when you love yourself first and you're in your highest aspect of vibrations, that's when you can really bring in a great soulmate for yourself, your destined soulmate, your forever soulmate. Attraction. Again, wow. This is you kind of falling in love with yourself all over again, finding things to love about yourself, your life, these new cycles that you're going into, really doing self-care and taking time for yourself to heal so that you can bring in all these beautiful, wonderful things that you've long since deserved, Capricorn. Many of you guys have had to go through abusive situations, and I didn't want to say it earlier, but I should say that this card that we saw denoting imprisonment could be someone's spouse going to jail for domestic violence or something of that nature, but you're going to find yourself in a new beginning and being freed and learning to love yourself again and put yourself first after these situations, after these things that were damaging to your soul, your spirit, and your self-respect. And you're going to be learning how to fill your cup, and the universe is going to help you do it. It's going to help you get insight into yourself and what's happening with your future so that you feel better about the things that are to come. And you do have some really great things to come, and much of it is going to be your free will and your decision, which is really awesome. Capricorn, that's some really great karma you must have racked up. So thumbs up for that and being able to truly exercise your free will to make these choices upcoming for you and your family. And again, we saw some good news coming in too. So we know you have some positive new starts. You have several cards of positive new starts. You have financial abundance coming in, and potential recognition at work or a new higher paying job. So that's beautiful energy. So let's wrap up with the Oracle Kuan Yin. She always ties our readings together perfectly and gives us the best little inspiration to keep us going for these for the end of the reading. She always kind of ties everything together and gives us something to think about. All right, reveal the peacock beauty. The peacock is stunning and graceful and proud display. You too are a great beauty. Within you resides a glorious being of light with an ability to create. Your intentions, decisions, and particularly your words are becoming more powerful. Enjoy wise use of your creative power to express the beauty within you, asking for divine blessings upon your plans, projects, and words. Again, you created a tower moment. You're learning to love yourself and find the beauty within, and you've been connecting with your God, your higher self recently, and that's really going to pay off. Many of you are going to find yourselves being in the public eye for some reason, Capricorn. So hopefully it's that good reason, or where it's not that low level energy that we saw there. But many of you are going to see yourselves being more attractive to people around you, how you're going to really notice how loving yourself and treating yourself well is going to really pay off and treat teach others how to treat you, and it's really going to create firmer boundaries, and negative energies are going to find it a little bit more difficult to come around you and stick around, and continue to work on your self-growth and your empowerment and keeping your energy clear, because you have amazing new cycles starting for you Capricorns out there. And you know, the universe just keeps saying love yourself first, focus on loving yourself, and that new love comes in because you're going to radiate this light of confidence and beauty that comes from you naturally when you are actually loving on yourself and expressing love to yourself and saying nice affirmations and doing kind things and feeding yourself good foods. You know, it's hard to make these changes sometimes. It's hard to get used to new habits, but if you can incorporate new things here and there, they become easily, you know. So congratulations on all this soul growth and this chosen work you've decided to do to make your life better for yourself, and just moving on from things that have hurt you in the past, Capricorn, because it looks like you're moving into a really financial abundant time. We saw that, and potential for many of you guys to find new love. So thank you for joining me today, Capricorn. I really appreciate your thumbs up, and congratulations again on your soul growth. And many of you guys who are ascending after all this hard work, and you chose to create a tower moment so you can move forward. Congrats, and way to take your power back. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you, Capricorns. I appreciate any updates you have down below about if this resonates with you, and thumbs up.